Hello, I have a question. Why does spelling still matter so much nowadays? The spelling part is very superficial. As long as you can get your message across, then the spelling, doesn't matter that much in the end. I say this because I struggled a lot with spelling. I still do. And I'm fully aware, but I'm not ashamed to say it because I know I have certain skill set that other people don't, and obviously spelling isn't one of them for me. For reference, the last spelling test I did a few years back in French, I managed to make more mistakes than the rest of the class. Some of them were not even native French speakers, and the person that did slightly less mistake than me turned out to be dyslexic. It's pretty bad. But nowadays, we have a lot of technology. We have some great spell check that will correct pretty much everything. The thing is, if I was talking about it a few years back when spell check wasn't such a big thing, then I'd probably have a different speech. But the thing is, we have a limited amount of time. Each person has a limited amount of time and limited amount of brain power that, they can memorize stuff. And I personally did not feel like wasting it on learning how to spell. I do make efforts, so it's not complete nonsense, and so other people don't judge me too much. But what I don't understand is that someone who will spell something wrong will be judged, but someone who can't draw, most people won't even say a thing. And both of these things, their purpose is to get a message across. For example, if your boss makes a spelling mistake, you're probably going to think oh, that's embarrassing. But if your boss, is drawing a diagram and his squares aren't perfect, you're not going to be the edge of the square is a bit rounded. I'm not going to look at his graph. That doesn't make sense, because both of these skills to me are equal. And I feel I can draw better than I can spell. But spelling is becoming more and more obsolete. With spell check now, you don't really need to know how to spell because it will do that job for you. And people always say no, you still need to know how to spell. But I didn't learn After Effects by learning binary or learning how a MacBook Pro is made. I learned After Effects by using the tools they gave me and ignoring everything that's under. We're starting to be in a world where everybody's becoming more specialized. I think that kind of sucks, but at the same time, why does everybody need to know how to spell? I'm not a poet, I'm not a writer, or even if I write, I'm not gonna be publishing the script. It's gonna be in video form in the end, and no one will see my mistakes. The worst that can happen is having someone behind you while you're typing. Personally, it stresses me out because when I'm typing on a computer, I do not think how I'm spelling because I'm thinking of what to write and my brain already goes a lot faster than my hands can go. So I'm not gonna start wasting time trying to figure out how to spell something. I'll figure that out later, or I won't even. If it's something I write for myself, it's full of mistakes, but I understand. Why did I need to spell it correctly? So yeah. But basically, I'm gonna be typing a lot of stuff on the web, and if you see a spelling mistake, don't be scared and tell me and I'll correct it. I'll be happy to correct it. I make an effort to try to spell correctly, but I don't always have the time to read over and over again. And the only reason why I try to make a decent job at spelling on the web is because I know people will judge me for it. So yeah, until next week, have a good time, and I'll do my best and I'll try not to make spelling mistakes, or at least not too many.